Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos receives a cable from His Highness the Emir of Kuwait, in which he expresses his delight and that of people of Gulf and the Arab countries after His Majesty's appearance and reassuring all on his health. Negotiations continue on Iran's nuclear program in Muscat, and the U.S. Secretary of State values the Sultanate's hosting nuclear talks and congratulates Omanis of His Majesty's health. And citizens of Oman continue their celebrations and governorates of the Sultanate, rejoicing His Majesty's good health. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has received the cables from His Highness Sheikh Sabah Al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah, Emir of the State of Kuwait, in which His Highness expressed his delight and that of people of the Gulf countries and the Arab countries for seeing His Majesty and hearing his voice through his appearance, and forwarding valuable speech to the Omani people on the occasion of 44th anniversary of the gracious Renaissance March of the Sultanate, and reassuring all on the health of His Majesty. His Highness confirmed that His Majesty's kind appearance spreaded delight and happiness and had great effect on people, requesting Almighty to endow His Majesty with good health and long life, and to return safely to his country and people, to achieve for the Sultanate and Omanis further progress and prosperity under His Majesty's wise leadership. The nuclear talks between Tehran, Washington and the European Union continue in Al Bustan Palace Hotel in Muscat. More details in the following report read by Huda bin Nasser Al-Jahwariya.
Tripartite talks between His Excellency John Kerry, U.S. Secretary of State, His Excellency Dr. Mohammad Javad Zarif, Foreign Minister of the Islamic Republic of Iran, and Her Excellency Catherine Ashton, EU Special Advisor, continued in Al Bustan Palace Hotel in Muscat, within the framework of nuclear negotiations between the Group of 5+1 and Iran. Monitors believe that Muscat talks has a great importance, as the Sultanate plays a role in bringing closer the points of view between the parties, as it enjoys excellent relations with these countries, which may help redeem the negotiation success, as well as reaching a deal to prevent the region from conflicts due to the dispute on Iranian nuclear file, and eliminating the remaining disputes between them, particularly that related to uranium enrichment, and a timetable to lift the international sanctions imposed on Tehran. The crucial round of talks is expected to come out with a final solution after the Omani mediation, which was crowned in Geneva by a deal of understanding between the world powers and Iran that contributed in limiting political tension on the file. The Sultanate welcomes the convening of the meeting, expressing its hope to achieve a tangible progress. Iranian and American sides believe the meeting in the Sultanate is a good opportunity that should take as an advantage to reach a solution satisfying to all parties. The Sultanate prepared to host the meeting and highlighted the distinguished diplomatic side it enjoys to solve the dispute and its political mediation. It also got prepared in terms of media, with the existence of 150 journalists from Arab and foreign agencies to cover the event. His Excellency Dr. Abdul Munaim bin Mansour Al-Hseni, Minister of Information, said,
"We prepare for this meeting by this media center here, to facilitate any service for our colleague here, who they came to cover this issue here in Oman. Of course, the other diplomatic services here we service to make all of these negotiation will be and we hope will be successful here in Oman.
The meeting is expected to be crowned with a declaration to clear all doubts between the two sides, as the deadline is due on November 24th, set by the major powers for Tehran to answer the outstanding issues.
Prior to the tripartite talks on Iranian nuclear program, His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, met in Al Bustan Palace Hotel. His Excellency Dr. Mohammad Jawad Zarif, Foreign Minister of the Islamic Republic of Iran. He also met with His Excellency John Kerry, U.S. Secretary of State, within the context of tripartite talks being hosted by the Sultanate and bring together Washington, Tehran and the European Union. During the meetings, they discussed the agenda of the talks. The U.S. Secretary of the State valued the Sultanate hosting the nuclear talks and congratulated the Omani people for assuring of the health of His Majesty the Sultan. His Excellency John Kerry, U.S. Secretary of State, valued the Sultanate hosting the nuclear talks and congratulated Omani people for reassuring of the health of His Majesty the Sultan.
I just want to thank His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, and I want to thank the Foreign Minister and all Omanis for hosting all of us here, for their very generous welcome, and for the role they have played in helping to bring parties together in order to be able to have these negotiations. They have done an outstanding job, and we are very, very grateful to you, and I hope you will convey the best wishes of the American people and President Obama to His Majesty. Thank you.
His Excellency Mohammad Jawad Zarif, Foreign Minister of the Islamic Republic of Iran, mentioned to the Sultanate of Oman Radio and Television that the Sultanate can play a positive role in these talks to be successful. He said that the Sultanate of Oman is a very good neighbor country and very near to the Islamic Republic of Iran, continuously played a great positive role in this issue and in other international issues. Stemming from this, Iran, in addition to 5+1, saw that an ample opportunity is available to come to Muscat to express extent of their appreciation and admiration of His Majesty the Sultan, wise Omani government, for the role in this context. His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, received His Excellency Sabah al-Khalid al-Hamad al-Sabah, First Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Kuwait, and discussed a number of topics of concern to both countries. His Excellency the Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs and said that the state of Kuwait is always keen to bring together the Gulf countries. The Kuwaiti guest said they discussed the Gulf March and regional issues. He added that numerous obligations are to be met and coordination is underway towards them. He said his visit to the Sultanate is in continuation for the visit by His Highness Sheikh Sabah al-Ahmed to the Gulf countries, and said he acquainted officials in the Sultanate with context of meetings of His Highness the Emir with other Gulf leaders. His Excellency Sabah al-Khalid al-Hamad al-Sabah, First Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Kuwait, said that the Sultanate hosting talks of Iranian nuclear program is a source of pride for strengthening security in the region in general and the Gulf in particular, and hoped that the meeting will be fruitful for the benefit of the region of peace and security. And the Sultanate repeatedly does what benefit and strengthen security and stability in this region. And he said that he feels proud for convening the meeting here in the Sultanate. Stay tuned, because still to come in our news bulletin. Shura Council Office discuss works of the first ordinary session of the 4th annual convening round. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. Processions continue in the Sultanate as His Majesty the Sultan appeared in good health. Residents of the city of Rui in the Governorate of Muscat held a procession of allegiance. The procession kicked off from Al-Nahda Hospital, passing through Al-Hamriya and some villages in Rui, reaching the old airport. Buraymi University College organized a march to express the joy on the occasion of getting assured of the health of His Majesty the Sultan. The celebration included a number of activities with big participation of College Board of Directors, academic cadres and the students. They chanted songs and slogans that expressed their sincere feelings towards His Majesty the Sultan. People of Al-Waqba village in the Wilaya of Yankal in the Governorate of Zahira held a procession to express their happiness on this occasion, praying to Almighty Allah to protect His Majesty the Sultan and bestow him with good health and long life. Citizens of the Wilaya of Al-Musanna also organized national march expressing their feeling towards His Majesty the Sultan. During the march, Omani traditional arts and national poems were performed. The citizens of the Wilaya raised His Majesty's pictures and the Sultan's flags, praying Almighty Allah to protect His Majesty and bestow upon him health and happiness. The Wilaya of Al-Jazr in the Governorate of Al-Wusta witnessed a number of processions showcasing the joy that spread all over the country after the royal appearance of His Majesty coinciding with the 44th National Day. Oman Desert Marathon in the Wilaya of Bidia attracts a great number of professionals and amateurs on the local and international levels amid a huge interaction from those interested in this sport, which requires great effort and high skills. 45 participants from 14 Arab and foreign countries, besides a number of Omanis, took part in the second edition of the marathon. The marathon witnessed a strong competition between the participants. It was accompanied with Omani traditional dances and poems on His Majesty the Sultan and Oman. The workshop on the Sultanate situation in the fields of science, technology and innovation revealed that the report issued by United Nations Commerce and Trade Development Organization pointed the weakness at research content in the Sultanate and lack saturated in work. The session, which held in Muscat, clarified the limits of communication, huge companies with researchers at academic institutions. The economy, which based on innovation, is in progress according to plan that face challenges and difficulties and will reveal new foundation that contributed in comprehensive development witnessed by the country. The Shura Council Office discussed in its meeting today the works of the first ordinary session of the 4th annual convening round, which will be inaugurated next Monday based on the royal orders of His Majesty at the council premises. The agenda will include discussing of Council's permanent committees and work plans and reviewing requests raised by a number of Their Excellencies, members of the Council, in addition to other upcoming businesses. This came during the meeting chaired by His Excellency Sheikh Khalid bin Hilal Al-Mauli, Chairman of the Shura Council, with the presence of both Deputy Chairman, Their Excellencies, the members of the office, heads of permanent committees, and His Excellency Sheikh Ali bin Nasser Al-Mahrouki, Secretary General of the Council. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos receives a cable from His Highness the Emir of Kuwait, in which he expresses his delight and that of people of Gulf and the Arab countries after His Majesty's appearance and reassuring all on his health. Negotiations continue on Iran's nuclear program in Muscat, and the U.S. Secretary of State values the Sultanate hosting nuclear talks and congratulates Omanis of His Majesty's health. And citizens of Oman continue their celebrations in governorates of the Sultanate, rejoicing His Majesty's good health. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us at the newsroom and the studio, thank you for watching and good night.